I don't like. I don't like. I don't like when niggas is saying something, but they trying to make it seem one way. Like you made it seem as if we was drafting a MML draft, a first draft, and I had a whole nigga draft for it. That has never happened. The only time that happened when we reset the league, DK was out of town, was out of town. Jamal picked like 4 picks from it. That's the only time that ever happened. It has never, except one time when I drafted that quarterback, they have never drafted in the second year draft, third year draft. If you ever notice, I always trade my picks.
Hey, y'all, I'm about to get on. I'm about to play my game, dog.
As it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that for me. I'm about to play this game, and I'll hit y'all right when I'm done with this.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Let's go, nigga.
All the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right to the air goes Nix. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mike Green just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. Here's Nix. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And it's 3rd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. And they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Nix to the air. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. DK to return. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Darnold. There's last year's All-Pro return man, Chimere DK. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Darnold. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Malik Neighbors with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 10. To throw is Nix. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 75 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to throw, Darnold. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he's brought down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Darnold. This is intercepted. Picked off by Avion Terrell. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
To throw, here's Nix. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
It's 2nd down.
Throwing Nix. That's into the hands of Worthy. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Xavier Worthy. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Aubrey now for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
14, Vikings 7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Here's 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. This goes out wide from Mixon. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Now Darnold. Touchdown, Vikings. Malik Neighbors. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And that flag accepted.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Nix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Nix.
That's fast interference.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. Throw left side, complete to Cup. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Cooper Cup. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Mike Green. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this 1st quarter of play.
4 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They're going. It's Nix. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards.
It's a gain of 40. And the Vikings first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Darnold. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14.
Dolphins 14. Sanders set to kick off.
Sanders now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to throw. Nix. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Fielded just inside the 30. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 43-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Darnold.
putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And Darnold's going to change the play. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And
Missed it.
There's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. But the Vikings at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now right to DK. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now they snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. That is caught. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
A nice little juke. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
It's second down.
Nix to the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And his drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
And the Dolphin first down.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Nix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And the 11.
Here's Nix. A throw left side, ruled in by the rookie wideout. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First down, Dolphins.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
To throw, here's Nix. That'll be caught by Cup. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Throwing Nix toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Nix looking to throw again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Xavier Worthy on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That one too wide and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
35-yard line.
Here's Darnold. To Mixon on the check down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Darnold from the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. That's taken on the 25. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Ted Hurst. A gain of 14. First down, Dolphins.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Now it's Nix. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33.
A gain of 15. First down, Miami.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. Throw left side, complete to Cup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front and create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, but he's going to be short of the line to gain. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Now Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going to go. It's Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nix.
Oh,
Bad throw there. It's intercepted.
God!
And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get in. Mixon.
There you go. Boy, I don't lie. It's that nigga in his mouth.
Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. And now.
Jesus. And I got conservative.
Pick up the football.
I got conservative on, too. We pumped.
But not before he's all the way down to the 37. He's now lost fumbles in back-to-back weeks, and of course, you remember last week's game.
Back-to-back
Such
weeks.
a close affair. That hurt him.
Hurt him in a big way, and it is so key to take care of the ball because remember, the team making the fewest mistakes usually wins the game. So you got to take care of the ball, lock it away, high and tight, as you often hear from running back coaches. 4 points of pressure.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Let's throw up.
It's taken in.
Oh, Buddha X Factor, Buddha Baker. Let's.
A great play there. 37 yards. And the Vikings are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
X Factor, Buddha Baker.
Good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Man.
Sanders now to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
X Factor, Buddha Baker. Hey.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They're going. It's Nix.
Jesus.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Darnold now to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
22-yard line.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. For the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
The decision to tack and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they make a field goal, it turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Sanders is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off the points for themselves.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
I'm gonna fumble 2 or 3 times, dog. Like,
it's
good.
It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
coming straight through it, I'll get touched. Yeah.
Sanders now to have the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jason Sanders is set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they
try to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked by Nate Wiggins. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 40 up to the 41. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early.
He's got a man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Yards.
That one goes for 36 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to throw, Darnold. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Dolphins 24.
Sanders now to kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
And 3 at the Vikings' 22-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Nix. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Good job of just taking what's there. He found his man over the middle for the first down. Everyone always wants to see the big highlight plays, but those smart decisions that keep the chains moving are just as important.
Back to throw again. Under pressure.
Straight through.
Back at the 26-yard line. Mike Green, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. They'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining
They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they wait for the 2. They don't get it.
Vikings 55. Dolphins 30.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even. And it's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Malik Neighbors, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Oh.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Miami.
Nix to the air. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Savage on the coverage.
To throw is Nix. And And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm going to go right in front of him.
Incompletion's not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 60 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Aubrey now for the point after. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Darnold. They'll roll him out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Darnold.
Unbelievable. I can't stop.
It's complete. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
20 more yards. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here's Darnold. That's complete right around the 8.
He killed X Factor like that.
Yard short. Nice pickup of 9
Yeah,
yards on
late.
1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
Now Darnold wants to change it up.
And a yard at the Dolphins' 2-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. Sanders now to add the extra point.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Score Vikings 69. Dolphins 37.
Sanders now to kick this one away.
To kick off.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offensive.
This nigga got a blitz. Jesus.
Now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Well, hit as as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Pacheco. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Nate Wiggins. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to
take a knee.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked
Just
down and
is
incomplete. Their passing attack, even though
I ain't tripping about this.
It's been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess? He didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because you're not going to want that feeling.
Bro, dog.
Want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A gain of 30.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First throw now for the backup Rodgers. quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they'll get this down to the 10.
To Cooper Cup. First and goal, Miami.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That's caught over the middle by Hurst.
Rodgers pass.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Pickup of 2. Brings up second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
And goal.
Now it's Rodgers. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Touchdown, Miami.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Makes the score Vikings 69. Dolphins 44.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Sanders on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Vikings 76. Jason Sanders set to
Sanders now to kick this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
One final try now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete as time has run out.